Hey love bugs, what's up? I hope you're having a good morning, noon, night, whenever this video may reach you. Do your girl a favor and hit that subscribe button and click that notification bell so you can get that ding whenever I upload a new video. So today, we are going to be talking about Chrisean Rock and Lord Jesus is a fire. This girl is, okay, so let's give a little background story on Chrisean Rock. First of all, she's really young. She's only 22 years old. She's from Baltimore, Maryland. She grew up from pillow to post. Her parents were drug abusers. Her dad was in and out of the prison system. And then when he got out, he was said to have been abusive to her mom and her and her siblings. She is the 11th of 12 children. She was a YouTuber. She always wanted to be in entertainment. She was super cute and bubbly if you guys have ever seen any of her old videos. She was an athlete. She had appeared on a show that was kind of like American Ninja Warrior, where you have to do like a series of athletic, I don't know what to call it, but I don't know. I believe she won. She ran track. And in 2020 is when she auditioned for Blueface Girls Club, the show that he had on OnlyFans that was kind of like the Bad Girls Club, but on another level because it was OnlyFans. So there was no bans on like nudity and, you know, profanity and vulgarity. Like that's how she got her tooth knocked out. And she was over there fighting and getting drunk. And mind you, she was underage when she was on this show. Chrisean is only 22. She's young. So when she was over there, she had to be, what, 20? She wasn't even of legal drinking age. He had them getting tattoos of him on their body. He had them drinking. And hey, y'all. Hey, good afternoon. Yeah, when does the football game start at? What, like 5 or something like that? So it was just from the beginning of her stepping into Hollywood, because his show, yeah, she's only 22. And I think that's what we don't take into account. So although, you know, I feel like we need to stop victimizing her, we also need to understand that she's really super young and impressionable. But the thing is, she just is in a space where accountability, she has absolutely no idea what that is. At 3, okay, so then we got some time, so stick around. So I'm going to show y'all a little bit of what's been going on with her this past week. On her and Blueface did a podcast called No Jumper, where she had to be escorted out. And I keep snoring because I have allergies. And once I start to talk a lot, like my throat and everything starts to dry out. Like somebody's like, you keep snoring. Bitch, I got allergies. I literally got allergy pills in my closet. So anyway, yes, here. Hey. So, okay, let me share my screen with you guys so I could show y'all some clips from what's been going on. Right? It's the allergies. And I have seasonal allergies. I have allergens to season changes. I'm allergic to, I'm not going to tell y'all everything what's going on, because then y'all can have some ammo to make me sick if you want to. Okay. So here we are. This is them on No Jumper.
I'm right here. I'm fucking right here. I'm right here with you. Stop playing with me with Shark. I love you. You're just talking to Shark and you're trying to like isolate me from that conversation. I love you. I'm sorry. If you want me to be the bitch you're talking about, what you talking to Shark about, I'll be that bitch. You said any other bitch. Like what? I'll be cool and I'll be quiet. I'll be cool. I'll be cool and I'll be quiet. Like I'll be cool.
You're gonna be quiet. Why are you still talking?
Because I'm talking to you, Daddy.
What are you talking about?
Because Daddy, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you how I feel.
So let's bring things.
Not in your head like that.
Rock, I have a question for you.
We're trying to get to some questions here, sweetie. For real.
I don't care. I don't look bad. I look like myself.
Rock, I have a question for you.
The fuck? I'm right here. I'm asking hard questions that nobody never asked. I'm right here. So I'm answering them. Stop playing. You want to be with me and answer.
All right, let me show when she eventually got put out because of her erratic, drunken, stupor behavior.
Outside. There's nothing to talk about.
There's nothing to talk. Like, all that's gonna do is add fuel to the fucking fire.
No. No,
I gotta take you. I gotta take you.
Come here like that. Come here. He come here, bro. What are you like? Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Blue, what are you doing that for?
Josh, don't worry. Whatever it is, I mean, you would. It's good. Hey, Josh, how's the camera?
So y'all saw that? How old is Blueface? Let me look because he's young too. Like they're not. I'm pretty sure he's probably a little older than her. Blueface is 26. So Chrisean is 22. Blueface is 26. So they're in their 20s. They drunk. Chrisean Rock is drunk the fuck out every time you see her. The girl in that No Jumper interview was throwing a bottle of Hennessy back. Literally. And I'm like, it can't be even probably like dark outside at that time. Because usually when you go on these podcasts, it's like probably a little earlier in the day. I don't know what time of day it was, but I've seen sis at 9 o'clock at the bar getting shit-faced. It's really sad because she has alcoholism issues and she grew up around alcoholics and drug abusers. So, you know, people say things like that are hereditary. My take on it, just as with food and high blood pressure and diabetes and all of these other illnesses and ailments, it is not necessarily that it runs in your blood and in your DNA. However, the behavioral patterns and the societal structures is what makes it hereditary, is what makes you fall into the same categories as, you know, your family. Y'all all eating the same type of food. Y'all all have the same type of habits, nature versus nurture. You grow up around a bunch of alcoholics, chances are you are going to inherit alcoholism. It is what it is. When I was 22, I used to be drunk the fuck out. I can't even sit up here. I could not imagine having a camera. No, I wasn't as bad as Chrisean Rock, but her having cameras in her face 24/7 is not helping. Blueface is exploiting her. I do not think that Blueface is in love with her. Blueface sees her as a meal ticket. In this interview, he also said he knows that she's broken. All of the girls that he's recruited for his show is broken. And that's why they recruit these people, because they know broken people make for entertainment. Your morale is not intact. Your mental is not all the way stable. So, and everybody loves a shit show. It's sad, but they're profiting off of being a complete shit show. It's about your surroundings. Exactly. I pray for her and not here to put her down. But then, yeah, we're not here to put her down either. But at the end of the day, we can't keep calling this girl a victim when clearly she is also, she's adding fuel to the fire. She's putting herself in these situations. And I've seen also clips in other places of Blueface feeding her alcohol because he knows that's going to get the needed and wanted results. When you go on these shows, when you go on reality shows, this is what a lot of people on shows like Love and Hip Hop and so on and so forth, they complain about this. The producers fuel them with alcohol and sometimes even drugs. You go into these podcasts, why they have bottles of Henny? Y'all know this girl got alcoholism problems. Why would y'all be giving her shots of Henny? Like, what are we doing? Even when you go on Drink Champs, it's like when you drink, your inhibitions get lowered. So you're easier to, you know, get answers from. You're easier to manipulate. You're easier to coerce. You're easier to kind of just control when you have a little bit of alcohol, because you're out of control when you're drunk and inebriated. It's true. Like, I'm a human. I done been drunk. Like, I'm not gonna sit up here and lie to y'all. However, it's detrimental to her well-being, and it's not safe because she is in a very toxic and volatile relationship. She literally threw a piece of glass at his head and bust his head open. They fight. She wrote her name in blood. Like, she gets locked up fighting this man. Like, this is crossing into another territory and into another lane, and it's very dangerous. It's hazardous because this is not going to end well. If they don't separate, this ain't going to end well. People keep calling them Bobby and Whitney. I don't know what Bobby and Whitney was doing behind closed doors, but I didn't see them fighting and terrorizing each other like this. At least we didn't see it in the public eye. And those people was R&B royalty. Chrisean Rock and Blueface is not nowhere near the legendary status of the Whitney Houston and Bobby Brown. Okay. So let me share again, because now sis is saying that she's pregnant. Pregnant, girl, that is the last thing you need to be doing is having a baby.
Took my blood pressure and stuff like that. And the only reason I feel like I'm so overwhelmed right now is because I'm deciding to keep it, obviously. Family. And we're going to have the big baby shower.
Oh.
So, yeah, pray for me with that. And then, yeah, we're going to do this ultrasound. Hopefully, it's 3 heartbeats. Please. I want 3 kids. All right, 2. I want either twins or triplets. Fun fact. Took my blood pressure and stuff like that. And the only reason I feel like I'm so overwhelmed right now is because I'm deciding to keep it, obviously.
Look at what Blueface said. She had encounters with 10 different men, and it's not his. He gonna say it's not his. He know good goddamn well that baby is his. Who? We don't know what she doing with her coochie. We don't know, but that's his baby. Come on. And what it cut off at is that she said, hopefully the baby is his, and hopefully I have triplets because that's how many I got rid of. And I am pro-choice. I feel like you know, sometimes you're in a situation where you're not ready, or you get caught up with somebody that does not deserve your womb and that you should not be co-parenting with. However, I don't think that should be a form of birth control. I don't agree with that. And Blueface immediately came out and said it was not his. And he won a DNA test. And I'm just like, girl, how many times he got to show you that he don't give a fuck about you? That nigga love what you do for him. He loves the energy that you bring. He loves the chaos. Y'all are trauma bonded. Y'all speak to each other's demons. That's not love. They dwell in very low. It's a low vibrational, low frequency type of relationship. If you're fighting every day, every time you see a person, y'all fighting and volatile, and it's always drama, there's no love or light in that situation. There's no peace. Fuck happiness. No, let me not say that. Happiness is absolutely important. But peace is what we all should be striving for. And that girl don't have no peace. She got a lot of demons, and so does he. And they feed each other's demons. They feed each other's trauma. I saw her on an interview. I said this before in another video that I did, and she was on the Shade Room, and the girl with the blonde braids, the pretty chocolate girl. I can't think of her name. The one that's the host that's always doing interviews. She asked her, did she need therapy? Did she think she needed therapy? This girl said, I don't need therapy because I got Jesus and I got my man. That took me the fuck out. Girl, yes, you do need therapy. You absolutely do need therapy because you got, like I keep saying, you have a lot of demons. We can't keep making this girl a victim when she takes no accountability. No accountability whatsoever. I'm going to share again. And she did a therapy session on her show, on the Crazy in Love with Her and Blueface show. It's a clip. I was going to watch it to review, but I said this is too low vibration. I don't want to be stuck in that loop of negativity. So I opted not to watch it. But I'm on these internet streets, so I see the clips. So let me show y'all this. This took me the fuck out of town.
He got a good heart, a big one.
Seems like a good dude.
He's a great dude.
Seems like a good dude. And when stuff like that happens, it makes you feel like maybe he's not as committed as you want him to be. You're in love, and when stuff happens that looks like it's threatening that, it just hurts your feelings.
Yeah, and I flip out.
Right?
If you don't want to be committed, that's on him. That got nothing to do with what we got going on. So shit, do you hit the fan? Like, would you switch up? Would you move different?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'll do like certain things that catch his attention, but that's only because I want it my way.
Yeah. Talk to me about them flip outs. Because you don't flip out, you like flip all the way out.
Yeah.
Right? It's not like a
I'll
little
be
bit.
like in jail that day.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Right? So we want that to not happen. You know what I mean?
But the type of nigga he is, it gotta happen like that.
But does it though?
I don't know.
You like it like that?
No, but it is what it is.
This girl, it's comedy. It's giving minstrel show at this point. This girl is in a therapy session on her reality show, because that's probably the only reason why she agreed to do it, because she was very adamant about not needing therapy. Throwing back Patron out the bottle and drinking Red Bull. What in the ghetto toxic circus mess is going on? Yeah, she literally was throwing back a bottle of Patron and a can of Red Bull while talking about being toxic in a ghetto toxic hot ass mess. She says she flips all the way out. She knows what she's doing. She said, I do it because I want to get my way. She like, oh, the type of nigga that he is, it can't stop. Basically, I gotta do this. This girl is willing to risk. She's willing and ready to risk it all for this man. And that is dangerous. This is what I'm saying. This is dangerous. And we're all watching it because people love a shit show. People love a train wreck. But somebody really needs to intervene, because this can be fatal. It's giving fatal attraction. It's giving obsessed. And, a little bit of obsession is not necessarily harmful, right? But when you're going to the lengths of ready to be in jail, ready to risk your life, your reputation, you out here exposing yourself to putting sex tapes on Twitter for revenge. I don't understand how that was revenge on him, because he was out sleeping with other women. That didn't make sense. I just did not get that. Like, girl, what in the hell is going on? How is this you getting revenge by exposing your vagina on Twitter? It just didn't make sense. But you're willing to risk your life. You're willing to risk your freedom. This is going to the levels of you're willing to delete. Are we not seeing how this could escalate into somebody being deleted? Her, him, or a third party? It's so toxic. It's so toxic. And she want to bring a baby into this mess. The one thing I could say is that if she was pregnant, at least hopefully she would be single for 9 months. Sober for 9 months. But the way she moved, we don't even know. Sis might be drinking throughout her pregnancy. I would pray that wouldn't be the case, but it would not shock me, and I don't think y'all would be shocked either, to be quite frank. And I'm gonna say this: if Chrisean Rock had more melanin, if her features were a little thicker and wider, nobody would be victimizing her as much. If she had a different phenotype, Chrisean Rock would not be seen as much of a victim as she is. Even with her running amok, starting, stalling off, fighting, she would not be seen as, oh, she's a victim. She needs to get away from him. No, if she was darker, she would be aggressive. We don't ever hear people saying she's aggressive and masculine. We may have heard it once or twice, but this is not a narrative that's really heavily presented when you're talking about Chrisean Rock. Everybody always just feels so sorry for her. Oh, we just want her to get help. And this is true. We do want her to get help. However, colorism plays a big factor in the reason why we see her as the victim. If she was darker, Chrisean Rock would not be seen as the victim as much as she is. I just believe that. people wouldn't be saying it's Blueface's fault as much. They would be calling her a man. They will be saying she's aggressive and she's an angry Black woman and she's masculine. And if he was hitting her and stalling off, she would deserve it. But if she was darker, I'm telling you, they would say she deserved to get beat up. She deserved to get hit back. She deserved whatever it is that she had coming to her. If Chrisean was not her complexion and it did not have her phenotype. Honestly, I don't see her carrying that baby to term. Wow. I see it, but it's praise because that's how people view Black couples. What does that like? Ew, she could have got more. He'll go to therapy if I bring her. Hell, I'll go to therapy. Y'all, it's hilarious. She needed help bad. It's giving Jaguar, right? Miss Rachel. Yo, and good afternoon, y'all. Yes. Honestly. Okay. So put a 1 in the chat if y'all think Chrisean Rock is a victim. Put a 2 in the chat if y'all think she is not a victim. 1 if you think Chrisean Rock is a victim. 1 for victim. 2 for not a victim. Light skin privilege is a real thing. People don't want to admit it. 1 for not a victim. 2 for victim. So y'all think Chrisean Rock is a victim? Okay, y'all. So y'all think Chrisean Rock is a victim? Why do y'all think she's a victim? I think that she has been in victim type circumstances, but at this point, she is living in victimhood. And I think that's where playing the victim comes into play. She's very well aware of what she's doing and how she's carrying on. Honestly, 1 for her upbringing, but 2 because she knows better now. Wait, 1 is she is a victim, 2 is she's not a victim. Yes, 1 for her upbringing. That's what I was touching on. Absolutely. It's because she has been a victim of her circumstances. 2, because you have to come to a point where you cannot keep pretending that you don't have a problem. You have to own up and take accountability for your actions. I'm confused, y'all. Let's start over. Okay. 1, let me write it down so I don't get confused. 1 for victim. 2, not a victim. Okay. So we got it. 1 for victim. Yeah, I was confused. I'm sorry. I got a little confused. 1 for victim, 2 for not a victim. Y'all all both in only therapy can 2 for not a victim. Okay. 2. Yes, and I have gone through therapy. I know that therapy is needed. I understand. First of all, as people of melanin, all of us have some level of trauma. I've said this before. Trauma is passed down through the womb. The way we've been treated in this country has been an extremely traumatic experience. And I'm not even talking about perceived slavery. I'm talking about Jim Crow. I'm talking about the fact that we was lynched and barbecued at a way higher rate than when slavery was a thing. And this is when we had on suits. We owned our own businesses. We owned our own communities. We were doctors. We had our own bus routes. We even had a plane system. These are things that they don't teach us in school. We only heard about Tulsa. That was not the only Black community in America. Seneca Village in New York City, where I'm from, Central Park was a Black-owned community. And we had communities all throughout this country. And we were segregated. Where the hell y'all think we lived? Only in Tulsa, Oklahoma? Like, come on. Use your brain. Use your noggin. They lynched, killed, beat, assaulted. All of these things was happening in the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. Like, this was happening during those times. This is not that far removed from the generation that we are in now. That trauma is passed on in the womb. There's also a study that says we store 14 generations of DNA in our genetic makeup, right? So everyone with melanin, I think, should go to therapy. I think should do shadow work. I think that we have a lot of shit that we need to unpack. And especially a lot of us that have grown up in impoverished neighborhoods, a lot of us that have grown up in broken homes, A lot of us that have grown up with parents that were alcoholics and drug abusers, because the crack epidemic was a real thing too. We have been plagued so much in this society as a community of people, and we don't do anything but try to cope with sex, drugs, you know, the promiscuity of it all. Being vulgar, being toxic, feeding into our lower vibrational selves because it's easier. Masking and self-medicating because it's easier than dealing with your shit. Looking in the mirror and saying, God damn, I'm a hot ass fucking mess. It's hard out here. I need to get my shit together. That is hard. I've had to do it. I done been a toxic hot ass mess. I'm not gonna sit up here and lie to y'all. I done dealt with unsavory ass niggas. I ain't gonna lie, but I ain't go to these extents. I am not self-deleting or harming myself. I love myself way too much for that. You got me fucked up if you think I'm about to be out here looking the fuck crazy. I done told y'all I give a nigga 2 weeks to make me feel some type of way, and then I get the fuck on. Okay? But we all have a lot of shit that we need to unpack. We all do. Nobody's perfect. And she's young. She's really just kind of starting out on her journey. And I feel like in another 10 years, Chrisean Rock is going to look back and be fucking mortified at how she was portraying herself out here in these streets. I honestly do. She's drunk. She don't even know what Chrisean Rock is drunk. She don't even know. She's not in her right mind. She don't even know what the hell is going on. So maybe if she is pregnant, a baby will help. If that's going to help her get sober, if that's going to help Blueface to leave her the fuck alone, because it's sad, but in a lot of instances in our community, once you get pregnant for a nigga, he leave your ass the fuck on. He don't want you no more. Now you're damaged goods because you got kids and it's his fucking kid. It's a psychological mind fuck. Like, you don't believe me? I seem to be well put together. Yeah, because I've done the work. And I'm actively always doing the work. And I take accountability for my shit. I know how I show up. I understand my triggers, and I don't hold people accountable for my triggers. At one point I did. At one point I lived in victimhood because I was a victim of a lot of fucking circumstances. And that's the thing. People would tell me, oh, you're playing victim. Bitch, I'm not playing victim. I am a victim. The key is not to live in victimhood. All of us are not equipped with the tools to navigate through trauma and tragedy. We don't know how to do that. All we know how to do is get turned the fuck up, get turned the fuck out, fuck a nigga, get some money, get like that's how we cope as a community. We fight each other. We delete not black women, but black men, because of their angst and their anger, they delete each other, they delete us. Like it's however, whatever it is that you've experienced and that you're bottled up, the things that you go through, we are taught to pray about it to the imaginary man in the sky. This is not me knocking anybody's faith. I'm just saying it is imaginary. We ain't never seen him. We are told you're playing victim. We are told get over it. We are taught to just get the fuck up and keep moving as if nothing happened. And you know what happens? It's like a fucking dirty rug that you just keep sweeping shit under. It starts to pile and build, and the rug gets higher and higher, and now it's a fucking mountain, and it starts to fall over all over the place. And you have it's nothing you can do but to get that energy out. And a lot of times we do it in self-destructive ways. We self-sabotage. We overeat. We harm ourselves. We harm other people. We go out into the world and fucking have kids with motherfuckers we don't even know, and we bleed on our children. It's a nasty cycle. It really is. And a majority of us, if you look to the person on your right, if you look to the person on, wait, no, this is my right. If you look to the person on your right, if you look to the person on your left, we all have similar fucking stories. I am not special in my fucking trauma and tragedy and all of the shit that I experienced. Neither are you. Neither is fucking Chrisean. We all have, not all of us, but a lot of us have crackheads and alcoholics in our family. This is not an exclusive story. A lot of us has experienced abuse. This is not something that is only a select few. We relate so much in that regard that we don't even realize it because a lot of us don't talk about it. What we do, we get fucking drunk because it's easier that way. All right, stop texting me. We get drunk because it's easier that way. We have sex because that's easier. You get the endorphins, you get the love, the happy chemicals. Like, it's escapism. And this is what Chrisean is doing, escapism. She's also using blue as escapism. He makes her feel something. And a lot of times when you have gone through a lot of trauma and your mind starts to split and you develop these mental health issues, often you feel dead inside. You don't feel alive. So you need thrills. You need something to make you feel alive. You need an adrenaline rush. So you constantly put yourself in dangerous situations so you can feel alive. Yeah. Yeah. Backwards thinking, we have to deal with it and whatever happens and move, and when whatever happens and move on. I don't know what you mean, bitch fire, but at the end of the day, we absolutely need to deal with what we have going on so that it does not play out and we have a bunch of fucking little Chrisean Rocks running around. That's not healthy. And then women like her become mothers. And then it's another generation of fucked up and traumatized ass kids. I don't know these people in real life. Who am I to say she won't love her child and be a better mother, and maybe a sense of responsibility and having to actually care for someone outside of herself might help. However, mentally, from what I see, she's not mentally sound enough to be anyone's parent. She has to get herself together. She has to get herself together. What does she have that she could give to a child aside from money? Because I've heard her say that in little clips too. I got money, I don't need child support. It takes more than money to raise a fucking human being. It takes way more than money to raise a person to be a successful person. If you don't love yourself, there is no way that you could fucking love somebody else. You can't. I have allergies, y'all. That's what the fuck it is. Like, talk a lot, like. You can't love nobody else. You can't even love your kid. And people think that the maternal instinct automatically kicks in. There are so many mothers that delete their kids because they really wasn't ready. They mentally ill. And because they having a kid because they think the kid is going to tether the father to them, then they're in for a rude fucking awakening because a lot of the times the nigga's going to skedaddle once you become a baby mama. He going to make you a baby mama, and then now he don't like bitches with kids. And you got his, like I just said. A lot of women be having kids for the wrong because they want to be connected to the father. And if you are not ready to really be a mom on your own without having anything to do with the father, don't have no motherfucking kids. Because even if you are married, I'm always quote Cynthia G on this one, married single mothers is a real thing. Because you are married does not mean that man is coming home to you at night. It does not mean that that man even loves your ass. So ultimately, as women, it's really sad and it fucking sucks. But the brutal reality, mama's baby, daddy's maybe. The nigga already up here saying that ain't his kid. And then she ain't even, probably not even barely in the first trimester. Literally. This Sunday sermon. Thank you. Yes, because we need to get into mental health. Like, sis, it got mental health issues. From what I see, I'm not a doctor. Disclaimer. This is only for entertainment purposes. But she's really displaying bipolar tendencies, and she might be a little schizophrenic. She seems disassociative of like what's going on. And she's very codependent. It's extremely codependent. It's just, it's bizarre. Like when you see a woman or a man, because men do it too, that is so codependent on someone else that they can't live without. Like y'all saw how she was throwing a tantrum just being removed from the room with him. It's like she could not, like she was going berserk. Like a baby, like a toddler that's being dropped off at school because their mother has to go to work. That's what it was given. And that's dangerous. Somebody that's that unhinged with a kid. I don't see it. No. I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't. And like I said, maybe her having a child will make her level up mentally and emotionally, because money is not money. Absolutely, money and finances matter. Absolutely. How many rich and wealthy people and trust fund kids have deleted themselves, strung out on prescription drugs and street drugs and alcohol? How many do we see? So clearly it has nothing to do with finances. Mentally, their parents were checked out, probably sent them to boarding school, had them for the wrong reason, don't really give a damn about them. That takes a toll on you. Kids recognize love, time spent. They don't really care. I mean, like, you could buy them Gucci and Prada, but they don't. A child is going to remember that trip you took them on. A child is going to remember you sitting down and playing Barbie dolls with them or painting with them. Those are the type of things that sticks with children. So for her to just keep constantly saying, I got money, I got money. You having money does not mean that you are going to be a fit parent. And you would absolutely be having a child for Blueface because you're obsessed, dangerously obsessed with him. And he's saying the kid ain't his. So girl, if you have a baby by him, he's not going to fuck with you no more. And then how you going to be going doing all these crazy antics that you're doing when he do try to cut you off, getting yourself arrested? You going to be doing all of that with a child? Breaking into his house, stealing cars with a kid? You're going to do that with a kid. So you're going to continue to risk your livelihood while you have a child so that you can keep this man interested in you, because that's how they really got together. And we all heard how you meet a nigga is how you leave a nigga. You met this man in a house full of women fighting for his attention and his affection. The way that you actually got him to where you wanted him was that you had to do the most outrageous and outlandish things. You had to literally break into his house. If you breaking into a nigga's house, that means he don't want you there. Girl. If you stealing a nigga's car, that means he don't want you. So you're forcing this man to be with you. You're not even letting it flow. Things need to be natural. You know what I'm saying? And once again, I'm a woman. We've all been through shit, right? And you may be like, oh, why is this happening? Oh, bitch, cry it out. Don't be breaking in niggas' houses and breaking in niggas' cars and fighting bitches over a nigga. Like, girl, you just look like a fucking clown. You're entertaining him. You're a clown in his ghetto toxic circus. And the way that she's been entertaining him, she's been entertaining the world, and she's been lining his pockets. Now you're a bag and a clown. You're a court jester. He will never take you seriously. He doesn't want her. His career is non-existent. Yeah. Yeah. And it's all on social media for a man. And Chrisean Rock is an attractive girl. She's still super cute to me. She used to be much more attractive, but she's still pretty. You know, like, she could get someone else. Like, she just gotta learn to love herself. And he's not the end all be all, baby girl. You could get another man. You already have a light. You already have clout. You already have a platform. To see her recover would be fucking like amazing. How many young girls she could inspire? How many young girls she could, convince to leave the ghetto fucking toxic circus and get out of Red Flags Park? That would be so dope. Like, to do a docuseries of her even cleaning herself up and go. She needs to go to rehab. It's one thing to go out, here or there and get shit-faced and drunk. Sis is drunk every day. Every time we see Chrisean Rock, she's taking a full bottle of hard liquor to the head. Hard alcohol. Like, it's not even like she's having a little wine here or there to Sis is drinking Hennessy and Patron straight to the head. So that's all I have to say about that. I'm gonna take a little bit of questions. I'll drop the link. You know, we could do a quick little couple of call-ins if y'all want to. And then I gotta go to the nail salon, y'all. My nails is looking crunchy, my toes looking. I haven't been going because I haven't felt like it. I'm not gonna lie, but I gotta go. And now I still got a little bit of time. And I think I might go. Well, I don't really watch the game. One of my friends was like, "Oh, come and watch the game." I'm so sick of toxic relationships. Full bottles. Yes, full bottles to the head. Girl, deal with your shit. Like, I really want her to deal with it. I want her to sit in it. I want her to talk through it. And not that fake ass therapy session when she was literally taking Patron to the head. Like, girl, you was making a mockery of yourself at this point. Like, you just looking as ghetto as... Yo, if she was darker skinned, do y'all know how many men would be ripping her the fuck to shreds on these social media streets? Y'all, child, we see it every day, how certain aesthetics get a pass. We see it every fucking day. And nobody wants to admit it. Everybody act like we don't know what the hell we talking about and we jealous and bitter and angry. I'm braiding my hair now. Oh, yes. Yeah, I'm trying to think of what color I should get because I do like solid colors. I'm not really big on like a whole bunch of my IG. Oh, it's flashing across the screen, boo. It's at Hey Love Jones. I'm gonna drop the link for a little bit and I'll, you know, take a couple of y'all like questions. I'll read some of what y'all got going on. How's everybody on this Sunday? How are you guys doing? What's going on? What y'all up to? Make sure y'all hit the like button. I gotta get some moderators popping at some point. It's the women I see defending her, but I also see if she were darker skinned, there wouldn't be as many women defending her either. It's true. And there would be way more men speaking out about her. That's my point. You see how the red pill community, they're coming out talking about women of this and that and the third. If Chrisean Rock looked different, there would be way more think pieces about Chrisean Rock and her toxic behavior. There would be. It would. And women are colorists too. It's true. It's true. Get pink. Maybe I would. I was thinking either pink or red. Because I like red. That's very true. You're right. Yeah. It's just sad. Like I just think that a baby is not what needs to come from this situation. If she could make a clean break from him, then she would be way much better off. You know, and I've seen people writing comments like, oh, you know, it's hard when you have a baby by somebody that you're trying to heal from. I could not imagine that. Like, I could not imagine going through a pregnancy, still arguing and fighting and carrying on with my baby daddy. You know, he's saying the baby ain't his publicly. That's humiliating. Even if it is just for entertainment, it's still humiliating and it doesn't feel good. Rejection is hard. Nobody likes that. I don't like it. That's why I don't really be putting myself out there. I wonder why people aren't discussing the men getting abused. Yeah. Oh my God. Wait, what happened? He was ready to cry. Heck, even Blueface decided. Yes, that girl be beating Blueface ass. Although Blueface does gaslight her, he does start with her and poke the bear, but they each abuse each other. It's not just her being a victim. He's a victim too. He's a victim too. And that's the part that nobody is really talking about. Like, y'all just saying this girl is a victim and she need to get away from him. He been trying to get away from her. And she goes through every fucking thing she can to make him stay. Are we not witnessing this? In the beginning of them actually becoming like a social media couple, she broke in his house because he did not want to fuck with her no more. She broke in his house and wrote, "I love you" or something in blood on his walls and on his mirrors. So y'all mean to tell me this man hasn't tried to get away from her? He said, "I'll pay you $100,000 if you leave me alone." She said no. Wow. Yeah, we don't know what's gonna happen next. And that's what I was saying. Like, it's scary because if you're willing to go through all of this, there's nothing you won't do. It's true. I'm looking at, we are all watching a fucking train wreck. We don't know how it's gonna crash. We don't know what's gonna happen. And the fact that they're constantly being posted and constantly being praised for this type of behavior, it's very problematic because it's essentially promoting this type of behavior and telling other young people, hey, if you do this, you could get posted on the Shade Room, you could get a reality show, you can make it out the hood, you could make thousands and thousands of dollars. Just get in a toxic relationship and display toxicity. Other cultures is not heavily promoting that. We need better representation. Yeah, exactly. He tried to pay her to leave. Yep. He tried to pay her to leave him. Shaking my head. He's a victim too. Plus, he's dealing with trauma from his mother, making the situation worse. Yep. We need better representation. How non-Black people perceive it. Yes. Yes. It's getting to be a fucking minstrel show. It's a ghetto toxic circus. It really is. I thank God I got married to a real man who was healthy to help me deal with the shenanigans. I love that for you, Autumn, because you deserve it. We all deserve to be in healthy situations. We do. And the thing is, a lot of us, you got to work on yourself individually before you merge with somebody else, you know? And they have to be healthy emotionally and mentally as well. These are the type of questions that we need to be asking when we're out here vetting potential, especially co-parents, parents, fathers to our children. What is your mental stability like? Have you unpacked your trauma? What is your relationship with your mother like? What is your relationship with your father like? What is your relationship with your siblings like? For Blueface and Chrisean to be knocking each other parents out, what the fuck is that? She knocked his mother out and he knocked her father out. I wish I would be with anybody that's even gonna call my mother a bitch or disrespect my father, let alone put hands on them. Yes, hit the like button. Hit the like button. Thanks, Jessica. Yo, I just pray, you know, that they both pull through this and that it doesn't end up deadly. And I'm gonna just leave it at that. I love y'all. Spread love is the Brooklyn way. I'm gonna get on out of here. Yeah, it is crazy. It is crazy. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll be back tomorrow or the day after so we could get into it. Thank you. Yo, your fucking name is hilarious. Bitch Fire. That's funny as hell. Thanks, Miss Frazier. All right, I'll see y'all soon. Have fun unit. Thank you. Yes. Peace. Spread love. It's the Brooklyn way. Love on yourself. Get the help if you need it. It's okay. We're human. We're all physical beings, spiritual beings having a human experience. None of us are perfect. I done had some crazy ass experiences. I'm not going to sit up here and lie. It gets hard. It gets hard. And as women with melanin, we're expected to be soldiers. We're expected to not need help. We're expected to be inhuman. As men with melanin, same. But at the end of the day, we are the most spiritual people on this earth. So we have to protect our energy. We have to work on our mental health because we are divine. We are connected to everything. With that being said, love yourself even harder today. Put yourself above any and everybody else in your life because without you being sane and being healthy, you can't be shit for nobody else, kids included. Spread love. It's the Brooklyn way. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think. Does Chrisean Rock need help? Does Chrisean Rock need to be having a baby? Does Blueface need help? And that's all I got for y'all today. Bye, love bugs. Be good.